Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is the day 2 of flower drawing series, and we have created carnation in my previous video. If you want, you can get a link into my description section for this particular video. And let's start with the today's one. So in today's video we are going to learn how we can draw snowdrops. These are small flowers. You can have different perspective of these flower for sure, because whenever we create a group of flower, I think different perspective is something very important to learn. So I'll show you 2 to 3 perspective for this particular flower as well. So I'm creating multiple strings like this. Each string contains one flower, so you can keep the direction of a string as per your choice. You can also have the length of string little bigger and smaller to create a beautiful composition. So I have created 4 strings like this, little bit tilted from the tip of the string, so that we can create a flower which is dropping, and that is why this flower is also known as snowdrop. So in the tip of each string you can create little thicker stem and then small outgrowth from the tip. So you can create a small outgrowth, a small leaf kind of shape, little bit pointed, a teardrop kind of shape you can say. And we need to repeat this for all the strings that we have. So let's repeat the same thing for all the 4 strings. So I have created this small leaf kind of shape, a small outgrowth you can say. Usually this is lighter in color and the stems are darker in shade. So you can differentiate like that when you do watercoloring into it, but right now we are only drawing it. So let's do something like this and make the stems little thicker and then a fine line for the flower. So the stems are little thicker, and then we have a small outgrowth, and then we have extended stem wherein we have attached flower in it, but finer in size as compared to the stem. So I have repeated the same thing for all the 4 strings that I have. I have not created stems purposefully because I want to do leaf first and then we are going to do the stem at the end. So you can do a little bit of shading and detailing around the outgrowth that you see, little darker shade you can do. Now we can start with the flower. So each flower we need a small U kind of shape like this, wherein all the flower petals are coming. And for the flower petals it is simple. You need to create something like this. So this one is the first perspective. So 2 petals left and right like these, and then 1 petal in the center. So in this snowdrop we have 3 petals outside and 3 smaller element inside these 3 bigger petals. So in this one the visibility of smaller petals are very less. Now let's do one more. So in this one again I have created a smaller U kind of shape, and then you can start creating the inner petals, the inner structure. So this one is 1, then another one from the left and another one from the right, and this is the center part of the flower. And see how beautiful this structure is. And then around it you can create bigger petals like snowdrop. So usually we avoid these kind of perspective when it comes to the snowdrop because we want to keep it simple, but you can do something like this as well, wherein we have 3 bigger petals and 3 smaller structure inside it. And this one is the different perspective than the first one, as you can see. Now if these 2 are complex for you, you can do this one. This one is the simplest one to do. So 1 petal here, another petal little closer to it on the right side, and 1 in the center, and that's it. So inner part is not visible at all, and something like this you can do if you want to keep the perspective simple. That is also fine. If you are a beginner in drawing, you can do simple perspective first and then you can try something complex. Now let's do the another one. So in this one again we are seeing the inner structure, 3 small petals. So these are the 3 structure and then 3 petals towards outward direction. one left, one right, and one in the middle. Where you are placing these bigger petals change the whole perspective, so you can try different by your own, and likewise you can draw different perspective of snowdrop. Now we are done with the drawing. Let's trace everything quickly. So you can create a middle line into the petal area, and the U kind of shape that we have created at the tip, you can make it darker as compared to the petals. So you have to create some lighter element and some darker element when you are only interested in drawing. So that is something you can definitely do. So I'm keeping the small structure darker, and then I'm creating couple of lines in between the petals. We are going to do more shading and detailing later on, but first let's trace everything so that you can see things clearly. And then you have to repeat the same thing for all the flowers that you have, and we can start with the leaves. Now we are done with the flower tracing. Let's rub all the unwanted pencil mark, and then let's do the leaf. So you can definitely start with the pencil first always, and you can create something like this, rounded and longer in size. So a little longer and rounded around the tip. You can do a little bit of overlapping between the flower and between the stems as well. So that is something you can definitely do, I guess, to make it more realistic. So I'm keeping couple of leaves in between the flowers like this, and in between stems as well. Now you can have as many as leaf you want. I'm keeping this much, I guess this much is okay. Now let's trace everything quickly with the help of pen. So do it in your speed. Take all your time to do these kind of things. It is very important step, tracing all things together. So I'm showing you these in a speed way just to save our time little bit, but you need to take all your time to do these kind of shading, detailing and tracing. So just trace everything. I'm also doing stems now. So I'm done with the stems as well. Take all your time to do these things. As I said, we are done with the stems. Now a little bit of shading and detailing is something important. So what I'm going to do is, with very soft hand, I am creating couple of lines like this from top to center, like these. So you will get a darker shade around the tip of the leaf, and same thing you can do in the opposite direction as well, from bottom to upward direction, and you will get a beautiful shade. Tip is little darker, bottom is little darker, and in between you have lighter shade. And you need to repeat the same thing for all the leaves that you have, slowly and carefully. I'm doing it with very soft hand, so you need to hold your pen softly and you need to create these strokes very softly. So do not create hard lines, just soft sketching. You can do the same thing with the help of pencil as well if you're not comfortable doing these things with the help of pen. I'm using size 0.2 needle pen, and that is why I'm able to do these kind of things with finer pen. If you don't have needle pen, don't worry, you can grab any ball pen to do these kind of things. It is totally fine to do something like this using ball pen. Now I am doing a little bit of shading and detailing around the petal area as well. So again, I'm going from top to inside, making the tip of the petals little darker and couple of lines in between. So likewise you can do the same thing for rest other flowers that you have. And we are done with today's video. Hope this video is easy and simple to follow. Please do let me know if you have any kind of feedback for me, and thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video.